Hi everyone, once again this is Sir O, your teacher in this session. And if you're still new to my channel, I will really appreciate if you can subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell for you to be updated with my next session. So in this session, we are going to factor out quadratic trinomials. Let us say we have 5p squared minus 18p plus 9 and 2m squared minus 5m minus 3. Now if you notice the leading coefficient or the coefficient of our quadratic term is greater than 1. So how do we solve this kind of quadratic trinomials? Actually, I will be presenting two methods. We will be combining these two methods for us to solve the factors of the given quadratic trinomial. The first one is the diamond method and the other one is the box method. Now, for us to appreciate how these methods works, let's have an example. Let us say 5p squared minus 18p plus 9, and we are asked to factor this out. So for us to solve the factors of this, let us first recall the values of a, b, and c in a quadratic trinomial. If you notice, the coefficient of our quadratic term is a. That's the value of a. And the coefficient of the linear term, which is negative 18, is the value for b, and our constant term, which is the last term of the quadratic trinomials. So how does this methods works? So what you're going to do, the first step is the upper portion of our diamond is we will multiply the value of a with the constant, which is 9. And the bottom part of our diamond is the coefficient of the linear term, which is b. Now let us say a times c. So we will multiply 5 times 9. That is, of course, 45. And the coefficient of the linear term or the value for b is negative 18. Now, the next step that you're going to do is we will look for two integers or factors that the product is positive 45 and the sum is negative 18. And of course, these two integers are negative 15 and negative 3. Because negative 15 times negative 3 is actually positive 45 using the laws of the integers, right? Now, negative 15 plus negative 3, if you notice, they are of like sign, so therefore we will add them and copy the common sign. So negative 15 plus negative 3 is negative 18. So we have identified already the two integers, which is negative 15 and negative 3. So what will we do with this? So we will put negative 15 and negative 3 to the second and the third window of our box. So that would be negative 15 and negative 3p. So why negative 15p? Because the given quadratic trinomials uses the variable which is p. Okay? So whatever is the variable that has been used in our quadratic trinomial, that is also the variable that we are going to use. And what will you do with the first and the fourth window? So what we are going to do is we just write the first term of the quadratic trinomials, 5p squared, and the last term, which is 9. So we have 5p squared and 9. The next step is we will factor out 5p squared, which is 5p and p. Now, can I interchange 5p and p? No. Why? Because if I'll interchange them, we cannot divide negative 3p by 5p, isn't it? So that is why there is actually a purpose why 5p is being written on top of our box than p. The next step that you're going to do is you divide negative 3p by p. And of course, that is negative 3. And we divide negative 15p by 5p, and that is negative 3. So our factors are 5p minus 3 multiplied by p minus 3. And this will be our answer. So if you have some questions, I will be happy to answer them. Just write it in the comment section. Question number 2. Let us say we are asked to factor 2m squared minus 5m minus 3. Okay, the same process, we will be using the diamond and the box method. And if you notice, the top portion of our diamond is we will multiply the leading coefficient or the coefficient of the quadratic term by the constant term, which is negative 3. So we will multiply them. of course, that gives us negative 6. And the bottom part of our diamond is the coefficient of the linear term, and that is negative 5. So our task is we will look for the two integers that the product is negative 6 and the sum is negative 5. And of course, that is negative 6 times 1. Negative 6 times 1 is negative 6. Negative 6 plus 1, they're unlike sign, right? So we will subtract them. That is why it's negative 5. So negative 6 and 1 are the two integers. So we'll place that in the second and third window of our box. So that is negative 6m and m, because supposedly that is 1m, but we just do the imaginary number. So we have m here. And after that, our next task is we will just copy the first term, 2m squared, and we'll put that in the first window, and the constant, which is negative 3, in the fourth window of our box. So we have 2m squared and negative 3. And after that, we will factor out 2m squared. We have 2m and m. So after that, we will divide m by m. M divide m is, of course, positive 1. And negative 6m divided by 2m is negative 3. So our factors are 2m plus 1, I just copy this one, and m minus 3. And of course, this will be our answer. Question number 3. And question number 3 is actually our last example. We are asked to factor 2x squared minus 7x minus 15. Again, we'll make use of the diamond method. What we are going to do is just multiply 2 and negative 15. Of course, that is negative 30. And we just copied the coefficient of the linear term, which is negative 7. So what you're going to do is we will look for two integers that the product is negative 30 and the sum is negative 7. And that is negative 10 times 3. Negative 10 times 3 is negative 30. And negative 10 plus 3, they are unlike signs, so we subtract them. That is why it's negative 7. So we identified already the two integers, negative 10 and 3. So we'll write that in the second and the third window of our box. And whatever is the variable, we will be using that one. So we have negative 10x and 3x. So we will just copy the quadratic term, which is 2x squared, and negative 15, which is the constant, in the fourth window. So we have 2x squared, negative 15. So we will factor out 2x squared. So we have 2x times x. Next is we divide 3x by x. So that is positive 3. And negative 10x divided by 2x, that is negative 5. So we will just copy the numbers and variables outside the box. So we have 2x plus 3 multiplied by x minus 5. And this will be our answer. Guys, if you think the video tutorial helps you, kindly give a thumbs up and kindly share this to your friends, to your classmates, to your colleagues, and to anybody who is in need of this video, for them also to learn just like what you did in this session. So what you are seeing right now are my two video tutorial. I will really appreciate if you can watch them as well. And please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and kindly click that notification bell for you to be updated with my next session. Thank you so much.